In Iowa Falls, cars didn't suddenly replace horses, and horses didn't abruptly disappear. The two coexisted. There were at least 15 years of chaos where the loyalists of horses ridiculed the new transportation, and no one really understood what was happening. The outlook was similar to the way people see electric cars and driverless cars today. There was resistance to them in favor of the old familiar ways. Within a few short years, however, economics made it apparent that the automobile was the preferred means of transportation, and nearly everyone wanted to learn to drive. Streets were redesigned with the new transportation in mind, and those who clinged to the old and familiar horse found themselves at a distinct disadvantage in life. Still, it wasn't until nearly 1950 when automobiles outnumbered horses in Hardin County, Iowa. Many women preferred electric cars because they were less noisy. They were cleaner without the smoke and smell. Henry Ford's mass assembly line production made the Model T cheaper and put the electric cars out of business. The chaotic years were 1905 to 1920. Automobiles began to appear in Iowa Falls around 1904 and increased exponentially from 1910 onwards. Cars did not suddenly appear and horses disappear abruptly. There were 15 years of chaos on the streets, with war going on between the two. There were no regulations for autos before 1910, when parking ordinances and speed limits began to appear. No one could agree upon what was speeding or recklessness. Horses were dangerous, but just like cars in modern times, they were necessary. When pneumatic tires were invented for comfort, auto owners demanded paved streets to avoid all the flat tires from discarded horseshoes and nails, while horse owners detested concrete and the added expense. There were no gas stations in the beginning. Fuel was similar to that used in other fuel-burning equipment and was bought at pharmacies and grocery stores. It was necessary to carry fuel, water, spare tires, tools, and parts on board the automobile. Horse owners ridiculed the auto, but soon nearly everyone wanted to be a driver, and the preference for the auto was obvious. Henry Ford's assembly line mass production divided the manufacturing of the Model T into 84 steps. The Model T could be made much more quickly. The cost of the Model T was cut in half by 1927. By 1918, half of all the cars in the U.S. were Model Ts. In his autobiography, Ford reported that in 1909 he told his management team, "Any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants, so long as it is black."